Hey there, folks! If you're a senior dreaming of that big trip, maybe a cruise to the Caribbean, a road trip across the country, or a visit to far-off family, this is for you. Travel can sound like the perfect way to celebrate your golden years. But hold on a second. Doctors and experts are waving some red flags, and today we're diving into 6 hidden health and emotional risks that could turn your dream vacation into a nightmare. Now, I'm not here to rain on your parade or say you should never leave home. This is about being smart, staying safe, and making sure your adventures are as joyful as you imagine. So, grab a cozy seat, maybe a cup of tea, and let's unpack why going on a trip in old age isn't always the carefree escape it seems, and how you can protect yourself if you do hit the road. Buckle up, because this is going to be eye-opening. First up, let's talk about the physical toll travel can take on your body. As we age, our stamina isn't what it used to be, and long trips, whether by plane, car, or bus, can be exhausting. Sitting for hours in cramped airplane seats or enduring bumpy roads can lead to stiff joints, swollen legs, or even blood clots. A 2019 study in the Journal of Travel Medicine found that adults over 65 are at a 30% higher risk of deep vein thrombosis during long flights, especially if you have conditions like heart disease or varicose veins. And it's not just sitting still. Lugging suitcases, navigating crowded airports, or climbing steep cobblestone streets in a new city can strain your muscles or worsen chronic pain. Duran Jane Wilson, a geriatrician, says seniors often underestimate how physically demanding travel can be, especially if you're dealing with arthritis or balance issues. Jet lag is another kicker. Crossing time zones disrupts your circadian rhythm, which is already less flexible as you age. A 2020 study showed that older adults take up to twice as long to recover from jet lag, leaving you groggy, irritable, and more prone to falls. So what can you do? If you're set on traveling, plan with your body in mind. Choose shorter flights or break up long journeys with rest stops. Invest in compression socks to improve circulation. Studies show they cut DVT risk by up to 60%. Pack light to avoid heavy lifting, and request airport assistance like wheelchairs or early boarding if mobility's an issue. For jet lag, start adjusting your sleep schedule a few days before you leave, and get plenty of sunlight at your destination to reset your internal clock. The goal isn't to skip travel altogether, but to make it easier on your body so you can enjoy the journey, not just survive it. Next, let's dive into a risk that's less obvious: the strain on your heart. Travel often means changes in routine, diet, and stress levels, all of which can put extra pressure on your cardiovascular system. Eating unfamiliar foods, think salty airport snacks or rich restaurant meals, can spike your blood pressure or mess with fluid balance, especially if you're on meds for heart conditions. A 2021 study found that seniors with heart disease who traveled long distances had a 25% higher chance of heart issues like chest pain or irregular rhythms within the first week of their trip. Then there's the stress of travel itself. Delayed flights, lost luggage, or getting lost in a new place can send your adrenaline soaring. For someone with a heart condition, that's not just annoying, it can be dangerous. Even altitude changes like flying or visiting high-elevation destinations can reduce oxygen levels, making it harder for your heart to keep up. The fix here is all about preparation. Before you book that trip, talk to your cardiologist. Get a checkup to ensure your heart's ready for the journey. And ask about adjusting meds if you're heading somewhere with different food or altitudes. Pack enough of your medications, plus a few extra days' worth, in your carry-on. And keep a list of your prescriptions and doctor's contact info handy. Stick to heart-healthy habits on the road. Choose grilled foods over fried. Stay hydrated and take breaks to rest. And here's a pro tip. Learn some quick stress busters like deep breathing or a 5-minute meditation to calm your nerves when travel hiccups hit. Your heart's been with you through thick and thin. Give it the TLC it needs to handle the trip. Now let's get to something that hits deep: the emotional toll of travel. You might think a trip will lift your spirits, but for many seniors, it can stir up unexpected feelings of loneliness or anxiety. Being far from home, away from familiar faces and routines, can make you feel isolated, especially if you're traveling solo or to a place where you don't speak the language. A 2022 study in the Journal of Geriatric Psychiatry found that older adults who traveled alone reported higher levels of anxiety and depression, particularly if they struggled to connect with others. Even group tours, which sound social, can leave you feeling left out if the pace is too fast or the group doesn't click. And let's not ignore homesickness. It's not just for kids. Missing your pet, your garden, or your weekly coffee date with friends can hit harder than you expect. There's also the emotional weight of managing travel logistics, forgetting important documents, struggling with technology like online check-ins, or feeling overwhelmed in a busy train station can dent your confidence. Dr. Susan Lehman, a geriatric psychiatrist, says seniors often feel a loss of control during travel, which can trigger stress or sadness, especially if you're already coping with grief or health worries. So how do you protect your emotional health? If possible, travel with a friend or family member who gets you. It makes all the difference. If you're going solo, choose destinations with senior-friendly amenities, like guided tours or English-speaking staff. Prep for logistics ahead of time. Print out tickets, save emergency contacts, and practice using any apps you'll need, and build in downtime to recharge emotionally. Maybe a quiet afternoon at a cafe instead of another museum. Travel should lift you up, not weigh you down, so plan with your heart as well as your head. Let's talk about another hidden danger: the risk of infections. Travel exposes you to new environments, crowded places, and germs your body might not be ready for. Airports, planes, and tourist hotspots are breeding grounds for viruses like the flu, COVID, or even stomach bugs. A 2023 study showed that seniors over 65 are 40% more likely to catch respiratory infections while traveling, and their immune systems take longer to fight them off. If you have chronic conditions like diabetes or COPD, an infection can hit harder and lead to complications. Water and food safety is another issue. Drinking tap water or eating undercooked street food in some countries can cause travelers diarrhea, which is no joke for older adults. Dehydration from a stomach bug can land you in the hospital faster than you'd think. The fix is about being proactive. Before you go, check with your doctor about vaccinations, flu, COVID boosters, and travel-specific shots like hepatitis A or typhoid. Pack a small health kit, hand sanitizer, masks for crowded places, and over-the-counter meds for diarrhea or nausea. Stick to bottled water and cooked foods in developing countries, and avoid raw fruits or veggies unless you peel them yourself. On planes, stay hydrated and consider wearing a mask during flu season. Studies show it cuts infection risk by up to 70%. And here's a smart move: research nearby clinics or hospitals at your destination just in case. Staying healthy means you can focus on the fun, not the fever. Now let's tackle a risk that's easy to overlook: the impact on your medications and chronic conditions. Travel can disrupt the careful balance you've built to manage things like diabetes, hypertension, or thyroid issues. Time zone changes mess with medication schedules. Taking your pills too early or too late can throw off their effectiveness. A 2020 study found that 35% of seniors traveling across multiple time zones missed or mistimed doses, leading to symptoms like high blood sugar or dizziness. Then there's access to care. If you run out of meds or need a refill, navigating a foreign pharmacy or healthcare system can be a nightmare, especially if there's a language barrier. And don't forget about diet and exercise. Skipping your daily walk or eating irregular meals can make conditions like diabetes harder to control. To stay on track, plan like a pro. Pack all your meds in your carry-on, with enough for the whole trip plus a buffer. Use a pill organizer and set phone alarms to stick to your schedule, even with time changes. Talk to your doctor before you go. They might suggest splitting doses or adjusting timing for long flights. Bring a letter from your doctor listing your conditions and meds, especially if you're carrying syringes or controlled substances, and scope out pharmacies at your destination. Big cities usually have chains like CVS or Boots that are easier to navigate. If you manage a chronic condition, pack snacks or devices like glucose monitors to stay stable. The goal is to keep your health routine as steady as possible, so travel doesn't throw you off course. Finally, let's talk about the financial and safety risks that can blindside seniors. Travel scams target older adults, from fake tour operators to pickpockets in touristy spots. A 2021 AARP report found that seniors lose millions annually to travel fraud, like phishing emails offering free trips or sketchy websites that steal your credit card info. Physical safety is another concern. Unfamiliar streets, uneven sidewalks, or crowded markets increase the risk of falls or theft. A study from the CDC showed that seniors are 50% more likely to injure themselves while traveling, often because of poor lighting or unfamiliar terrain. And if something goes wrong, like a lost passport or a medical emergency, the stress and cost of sorting it out can be overwhelming, especially if you're far from home. To stay safe, do your homework. Book through reputable companies and read reviews on sites like TripAdvisor. Keep valuables in a money belt, not a purse, and avoid flashy jewelry. Share your itinerary with family and carry a charged phone with emergency numbers saved. Travel insurance is a must. Look for policies that cover medical emergencies, trip cancellations, and lost luggage. A 2022 study showed that seniors with comprehensive travel insurance were 80% less likely to face financial ruin from unexpected issues. And take it slow. Choose hotels with elevators, avoid night walks in unfamiliar areas, and always tell someone where you're going. Safety first means you can relax and enjoy the ride. So, what's the big picture here? Traveling in old age comes with hidden risks: physical strain, heart stress, emotional challenges, infections, medication mishaps, and safety concerns that can turn your dream trip into a disaster. But this isn't about locking yourself at home forever. It's about being informed and intentional. If you're set on that trip, plan like your life depends on it. Get a medical checkup, pack smart, choose senior-friendly destinations, and have a backup plan for emergencies. Maybe start with shorter trips closer to home to test the waters. And if travel feels too risky right now, there's no shame in finding joy closer to home. Think local, day trips, virtual tours, or hosting friends for a staycation. Let's draw some inspiration from seniors who've navigated this wisely. Take 88-year-old travel writer Rick Steves, who sticks to short, well-planned trips with plenty of rest days to keep his energy up. Or 85-year-old hiker Emma Gatewood, who tackled the Appalachian Trail by preparing meticulously and knowing her limits. These folks show that adventure is possible, but it takes strategy and self-awareness. So, if you're a senior itching to travel, pause and think it through. Weigh the risks, talk to your doctor, and make choices that keep you safe and smiling. You've earned the right to explore the world. Do it on your terms, with your health and happiness first. Here's to adventures that lift you up, not let you down. Stay safe, stay smart, and keep dreaming big.